I wanted to have some music on here. Oh, we are live.
We're
And
live.
I wanted to have this music. However, I put my phone to record me on the other one. We'll cut this part out. Hey, your family, we're here. This is Carmen with the Big Facts Money Show. Listen, you guys know that I go live on Wednesdays, and I always say it's Carmen with Big Facts. Well, I have renamed my show to the Big Facts Money Show. Why? I talk about money, right? I talk about money and I give you big facts. Nothing but the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. So this is the Big Facts Money Show. And as the debut for the Big Facts Money Show, I got my sister here. Y'all want to know this lady. She is a dynamic woman. And she is a child of God. You should have had on your shirt that says child of God, but that's okay. You got on you got on the one of the shirts that I do want you to talk about anyway. She is not many, I mean, a lot of us will say we're a child of God. This woman can prove to you that she is a child of God, right? When you have been at death doorsteps and God just snatches you back and say that you are not finished. What the assignment that I have given you is not done. This woman can testify to that, and we're going to have her tell us a little bit about her story because it is pretty inspirational and pretty phenomenal. All right. So, welcome to the Big Facts Money Show. I
So
am so
I'm
I
sorry.
am so happy you are here. Go ahead.
I couldn't wait to jump in. I'm like, is it official that I am under the new name that I am the honored first guest to the Big Facts Money Show?
She is this. Listen, she is
I don't
the
have a collar, but
inaugural.
I'm popping my collar.
Popping her collar and tapping her shoulder and dust it off and everything because she is the first, the inaugural guest on the Big Facts Money Show. Listen, I'm so happy to have you here because I want to talk to people. People need to know you, right? People need to know you. And if you know me, then you need to know her. Okay. And so that's one of the reasons that I wanted to bring you on here. This month, last month was Women's International Heritage Month.
Mhm.
And this month is Financial Literacy Month. And as I talk about financial literacy, I wanted to bring some women on my platform that can be exposed to others who are helping women with their finances, who are helping women to start businesses, who are helping women to start nonprofit organizations, who are helping women just to pray with them, who are helping women to garner contracts in different industries. This is this woman, okay? And how long have I been knowing you now?
I think I slid into your DMs probably 5 years. I think Carmen, I think it's 5 years.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago, definitely. So let me tell you who she is. She is Lady Farley. That's what we call her, Lady Farley. She is Lady Abike Farley. And Lady Abike Farley is the founder, CEO, and founder of the FBI network and the 100 Strong Women movement. Look at her shirt. So I wanted you to tell me, what is this FBI, or tell our guests, what's this FBI network? What is the 100 Women Strong movement mean? And we're going to go back and talk a little bit more about your background. But right now, I want to talk about that.
Okay, so well, just this today, I was talking to someone about the FPI network, right? So they were saying, like what is your network about? So I had to try. I try to like you said, I do so many things, but how do I meld that into like one descriptive, you know, points of who we are? So I tell everyone that we are a full service network because yes, you can say I need a resume, I need a job, I need a contract, or I need to close this bid, or I have an RFP under my belt, I need a grant writer, or you can say I need prayer. Like, you can come to the FPI network for all of those things. And what I don't specialize in, you specialize in, or someone else. Like, if I can't help you, there's someone in my network who can help you. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be, entrepreneurship that binds us, because the thing that binds us in this network is sisterhood.
That's amazing. And I can say, right, I can say that I am a beneficiary of many of the things that you have stated there. I've needed prayer, and I know that I can always count on you, my sister, to pray. I know that if you need prayer, you can always count on me. I'll
Mhm.
pull over on the side of the road and pray. If I needed help with anything, I can reach out to you. I know that I am the beneficiary of several contracts over the years, and that has helped to grow my business.
Mhm.
And then I am there for when, like you said, if I can't give it, there is someone else in the network that can give it. So whether it is dealing with finances, budgeting, investing, and we're going to get back to that a little bit more in the thing, budgeting, investing, saving, understanding how to protect your income, gathering income, or making sure you have income for later on in life, then we are here to assist the network with that. How did you get started? Where did this come from?
So this idea, officially, the nonprofit, the 100 Women Strong movement, was supposed to be all that I was going to do, because I was teaching in shelters and going to hospitals and helping deal with children who had mothers of addiction, children who were born in addiction. So I thought, like, it can't end here. And at the time, I was working on Wall Street. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching all these other women harness these relationships and garner information that they weren't sharing with everyone, but kept it to each other. So I'm like, why am I here getting all of this information? Like, I think it was about, the network has been in existence for almost 13 to 14 years. But I remember exactly 15 years ago, this woman who didn't look like us, she had an RFQ that she qualified for, but she made me do all the work. And in the end, she went and got the money. So I'm like, why am I doing this for other people and not for us? So that's really how the FPI movement began. And we are a movement. I said 100 Women Strong movement, but the idea is for each one of us in the network to lift another woman up. I say that if 10 women lift another woman up, another 10 lift another woman up, and we do this throughout the year, by the end of the year, we should have lifted 100 women. So that's how that name came about.
Okay, so this 100 women is kind of a rolling thing. Like every year, we at least want to make sure that we have helped 100 women. Well,
At
I'm so happy to have been counted among the 105 years ago.
Wait, honestly, can I share this story with
Yeah.
everyone? So for those of you, I'm sure they know you because this is your platform, but I just wanted to take a moment and toot your horn, because you're true to what you do. You didn't 5 years ago, we were just getting to know each other, and I think that you were on my platform a couple of times, but because of who we are, like, we clicked automatically and we became friends. And I was like, you don't even have a choice anyway, because I got your phone number. So I call you when I want to, and you have no choice. But I remember it was 2021. I was working from home. I was actually managing a huge pipeline, $1 million pipeline, and I was working from home. And I wasn't feeling well. I had headaches and whatever. Long story short, I had a brain aneurysm, going to a coma. But I remember coming out of my coma, like, give me my phone. And you were the person that I called. I'm like, Carmen, can you, Carmen? And you were like, wait, hold on, what? I'm like, yes, I had a brain aneurysm. I just had brain surgery. And you're like, what? And you pulled over. I remember you were driving from some place and you pulled over, and I could hear in your voice that it wasn't fake. like not fake, like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know how people say, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's bad. You were literally, you were crying. And I'm making myself emotional because
I know.
you pulled over and you prayed for me right there on the side of the road. And although of course I was alive, but that prayer, I knew then something that something I always need God to verify in me, that I'm connecting with the right people. So
Yeah.
I knew then that our connection was by divine assignment. So I told the story about our relationship.
And you know what is so awesome about this relationship? You and I should have known each other because we know so many people in common.
Yeah.
I mean, your pastor, my mom basically raised your pastor. She is their grandmother. She is my pastor,
Yep.
the father of your pastor,
Hmm.
mom. Because and the reason why she's the mom, and I'm not even sure Pastor Backus probably lost his mom so long ago, but my mother was the grandmother in that home for Sister Patricia and Pastor Michael Backus, as she was there to help with the rearing of those children.
Hmm.
And it's so funny because there's several others that grew up in the church with me, the same church that you now, although it's a different location now.
Yeah.
That's the church that I grew up in, that my kids were. I got married there. My kids were christened there, giving back to the Lord, um, right there. And so it's really, we kind of, our past kind of intertwined. So and then we really, really connected, really, really clicked, and became basically sisters. I remember that both of our husbands were saying, "You both are crazy. You don't even know that woman." And your husband was saying the same thing. You don't even know that woman. And
Yeah.
I tried to tell my husband, we're invited to go to their home. My husband, there could be killers. Why would I want to come to somebody's house I do not know? I'm like, I know her. And my kids, they were, even when you were ill, they were like, my kids were like, Mom, that's not your best friend. You don't even have any friends. And now it's a testament that you are my best friend. I came to New York. We met together. We realized even more why we are kindred connected,
Yeah.
and our husbands got to speak of us and everything like that. And they were able to even see why we have the connection. So this ain't no flim flam.
We're not
This
we're not we're not fly by night at all.
Yes, this is not any of that. And when I want to laugh about something, I know I can call you. And when I have to tell you something that I can't tell the world because I don't want them to, I just can't. Sometimes you just gotta have a
Oh,
girlfriend to tell. I
yep.
know I can call you and tell you that, right? So tell me a little bit more about the network, and like, what have you been doing? And I know, listen, I'm going to say this out there because she's not ashamed of it. Her network primarily caters to Black women because we, Black women, we need the help, you know? And so our network, we're not going to turn you away if you're
Right.
not a Black woman,
Not.
but our network primarily caters to Black women.
Mhm.
So if you are not, you can't handle being around a bunch of Black women, then it might not be the place for you. And we are not giving that a concern because we are here to help pull up another Black woman. We're
Yeah.
not going to pass you in the street if you need help. We will help you, but we are catering to Black women. Listen, they say when the white community sneezes, definitely understand the Black community has a cold, right? It's always harder. So we do need to reach back and pull up others. So tell me a little bit more about some other things that you do in your network.
Well, let me touch on that. I because I had a woman on LinkedIn, and she reached out to me to say, that's such a racist thing to help Black women. And before she could even finish her thought, she called me the N-word. Yes, I screenshotted and I left it up on LinkedIn to see if they would address it. But nevertheless, I'm like, I think was it who was it, Harriet Tubman, who did the ain't I a woman too. I'm like, listen, we don't have the same issues. Coach Senya Barnes, she is a trauma coach. She's a part of the network. I referred one of my very good friends to her, who's a white woman. We don't turn anyone away from, if they need help. But the reason that I do focus my attention on Black women is that I know that there are doors that, just because of our hair or what we're wearing, or even we have to soften our voice around other people so we don't seem intimidating. I have to, this is my focus, because I believe that people should lead from their strongest suit. I understand what it's like to be a Black woman and the only Black woman in the room. I understand what it's like to sit in a boardroom where you're the only Black woman and you're not the assistant, you're not the secretary. I understand that. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I had to I had to reach the community that I come from, that I'm a part of, that have my heart the strongest. And I think one of the things that solidifies me doing this is we look at Candace Owens in her situation now. Now she has to reach back and ask us to support her.
We don't want her back.
I'm like, yeah, they could keep her,
We
but
don't want her back.
this is my point. We need each other. We
Hmm.
need each other. And like you said earlier, although we didn't know each other, we should have been we should have known each other, because we have the same circles. And that is why my focus is on Black women. And my husband, who helps me out whenever there's like a brother, I'm like, can you help me with this Black man? Like, you talk to him. But I believe that if you don't take care of your own first, then you're an infidel.
Yeah. Yep. I hear you. And listen, if we don't do it, then who will? Right? We have to reach out. We have the resources among us all. When we collaborate with each other, we
Mhm.
can help people who want to be helped, by the way, who
Right.
want to be helped, because
Mhm.
not everybody want to be helped.
That's
Okay.
true. That's
And
true.
you know me, I'm like, I'm the first to kind of like spot the bogusness. You are so nice and have the spirit of Jesus. What would Jesus do inside of you to help? And I'm like, no, that's the devil. Let them go. Let them go, you
And you
know.
were right every time. Let me just say that. You were right every time. You're like, that's not it. And you were right. You were right. But I would rather someone prove me wrong than me jump the gun and then they come back later on in life saying, oh, you know her? She's that,
I hear you. I
that.
definitely hear you. I definitely hear you, and I agree. And once you have, like I said, once you have done the initial work of who they are, I am definitely there to help. Once to pass them off if they need to come towards me. You know, I don't have a network, right? But maybe I should.
You should, for sure. You should.
Because I have, several areas, and this is what I keep doing. I just keep learning and I keep trying. And once if it works, or even if it doesn't as yet, I'm like, come on, listen, this is what I found out. Um, but I feel I don't really need a network because I am partnered with several boss women like you, boss ladies like you, that have a network and that have a multitude of people that need help. And I can collaborate with you all to help make that happen, because when you think of all these things that Big Facts LLC. And if you're listening to me, you don't know what Big Facts means. It's Bernard Insurance Group, financial and consulting services. So I deal with all things money, and I also deal with health insurance, with dental insurance, with home health care and all these different things. But for me, it still matches together because health is wealth. What is wealth without health? You know, I was listening to someone the other day, and they said, "What do you think Warren Buffett would take right now? Would he take $100 billion, or would he take another 30, 40, 50 years?"
Well, I think he's not that old. He's only like 74, right?
I think he's older than that. Let's look it up. How old is he?
I thought he was I
No,
thought he
I
was
think he's like 99 or something.
what?
I think he's really old. He's not 70 nothing.
Oh my God. Well, if I were him, I would just take the years because money
That's
doesn't
why I think
good.
that was why the question was posed, right?
Yeah.
It was about um all the wealth in the world is not going to, we all got to go sometime, but all the wealth in the world, if you were promised that, you can take this $1 million or $2 million today, but you're not going to wake up tomorrow, most of us are going to say no. What's most important?
Right, right.
Most of us are going to say no. um Now, so if someone, where do you operate? Are you only, the people that you help, are they only in, because you're in New York, correct? No, you're in New
Yeah,
Jersey.
I'm in New Jersey now. So I'm by what do you call it when you're in two states? Whatever that word is. I'm that. Um
I think
so
you're in more states, Lady Farley. You were forgetting.
no, I mean I live in a
Oh,
couple of,
you live in 2 states.
but
Okay.
yes, we do have networks in Georgia, Florida, Texas, Mississippi, in Africa. So I just announced today we're going to do a Uganda trip. So to go, there's a school there that we help set up, and
Mm-hmm.
what we're actually going to do is to institutionalize the network there. So to train women and to help young ladies get on career paths. So we're going to do that in late this year. So we're basically global,
Global. That's right.
basically global.
The global FBI network. That
Yeah.
is awesome. So you guys set up a school in Uganda?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
But
Awesome.
we had a little we played a part in the raising the money, the funds, and I'm going to show you all. I want to tell everyone about the school, so they're going to do the ribbon cutting and everything, so we're going to get into that. But for those who are watching, if you would like to still help, we could still use your help for the kids in Uganda. So one thing I found out, and I know this by being African, that the government is so, what's the word, what word do I use for wicked? They, like,
Uh,
you know,
Wicked.
the wicked, they are they control all the monies that come in. I don't care how it comes in, they control all the monies.
Mm.
They have a lot to do with this, a lot of in your pocket type stuff, but nevertheless, we still need help. There are women there who do things like basket weaving to earn a living in their townships, and we want to help these women further their education and their lives. So we're thinking that if I have to spend 6 months or 3 months there, and I have a couple of friends who volunteer to go and spend time there to bring the women up to a level of being able to, to do worldwide market, not just in their communities, because
Mm.
they do this to live and to feed their children. Some of these women are from orphanages. From There were political wars, and some of these women have become orphans since they were children. So now they're adults, but they don't want to see this system continuing to disrupt the lives of so many people. So that's where we're going, and that was me telling you that we are also in Uganda and in Nigeria, my hometown. But we're trying to open more doors this year. We want to see the network have a further reach. And when I say further reach, I don't mean it has to be in any other state or any other country, but we want to reach more people right here in our own backyards. That's the
Mm.
goal. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Um, so you don't sound Nigerian.
So what one lady said to me, um, how come you don't have an accent? How come you don't look African? I'm like, I look just as African as you. So so although I wasn't born in Nigeria, my natural family, my father, I always say I had the gift of two dads, a dad who loved me and a dad who gave me life. Not everyone can look at it like that, and maybe people don't agree, but that's my story. I don't
Mhm.
say that's my real dad and that's I had a dad that gave me life and a dad that gave me love.
Okay, that's powerful. And the dad that give you life is from Nigeria.
Hmm.
Have you lived in Nigeria at all?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay. But I love how you embrace the identity. Um, uh, everybody who listens to me know that I have an accent. I am from Guyana, South America. And I had the worst transition coming to Georgia because I couldn't understand the people here for nothing. But
I was like, I
I
could understand somebody from Guyana sooner than people from the South who talk with
the
that.
twang, yeah. And I say it sometimes. They would say things to me, and I would say, and this was long ago, so now it's a little bit better. But people would say to me, I said, I thought I was the foreigner. Like, what are you saying? I don't get what you're saying. But then I taught, and so it gave me the opportunity to kind of understand. So now I think uh it depends on whom I am speaking to. uh that depends on how I speak. So if I'm speaking to a Guyanese person and I typically
Hmm.
imitate for naturally
Hmm.
whatever the other person is giving me, and so I'll sound like, "Ooh, I just came out of Guyana." And then sometimes you'll hear my a little bit of my New York accent, and then now some of the Southern accent. So it's all mixed up, you know. So what should I say? Um, Guyana birthed me, New York and New Jersey raised me, and the South sustains me.
Okay, that's your housewife tagline right there.
Yep, so that's what's going on. Um, so you mind sharing a little bit about your background? You said you worked on Wall Street. You mind sharing a little bit about what you did there, and are you still there, or what are you doing now?
Yeah, so I was in project management, so I managed a lot of different budgets, and I'm gonna say over the 25 years that I worked in corporate America, I literally came across, maybe in my whole time 25 years, I came across three Black women who were in um in top positions, like C class, C level positions, 25 years. So, but I decided, one time I actually thought that I was going to go back to school and get my master's, and I tried for 6 months, but it wasn't working for me. Not everybody's a school person. Even tomorrow when I go talk to the kids, I start out by saying everyone doesn't go to college. I pushed the college narrative, but it wasn't for me.
Yes,
Like
yes.
to further
Further.
so
Mm,
yeah, so I just leveraged my experience working in corporate America, and I tested I tested the waters. Actually, I thought that I was going to run my own firm. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to run my own firm to teach women how to come out of being a housewife into the workplace. So I thought, oh, we're going to do an agency so we can help women get back. I tried that for like 3 or 4 months, and then I realized that these women are getting duped, and so am I. Like literally, they were getting duped. I remember it was like 2000 and maybe 2006, and because I had been working for so long, someone people would come up to me all the time, say, oh, can you refer someone to me? I need someone to help me on Fridays. I thought, let me just leverage that, and
Right.
I went and got an official license to have an employment agency. And I thought that was going to work for me, but then I realized that the companies were saving, they weren't giving the women health care, they
Of
weren't
course.
vacation, so they weren't giving them full packages. So I felt like a criminal because I'm like, here I am with this full package, right? And these women are getting nothing. But some of them were so desperate, and I have been in this position myself. You have to take whatever it is you can get because you have rent to pay, that, like, we live paycheck to paycheck. And that was year early on in my career. But the one thing I think that got me here now, and I'm retired, I'm 50 something years old, like older, I'm like, how?
You're 50 fabulous.
50 fabulous. So I'm 50 fabulous years old, and I'm retired. I don't advise everyone to leave their jobs. Like, I never do that. People say, but you're an entrepreneur, you're a businesswoman, you're supposed to teach people to leave their job. I teach people to make money the best way they can. If that includes a job, not everyone, like I said, doesn't go to school. Everyone's not cut out for entrepreneurship, because this is entrepreneurship is cutthroat. I don't know if you agree,
I
but
definitely do.
it's cutthroat. It's not, everyone's not made for it. Some people do better working 9 to 5, but I'm like, while you're there, you have to think about your future.
Exactly.
Some,
Exactly. And
somebody
I was going to say that I really identify with what you said, where you felt like betrayal to women, because it's the truth, right? These large firms are making so much money, and they do not want to pay workers fairly. Here, like right now, if you look at many of the large firms and the profits that they have garnered over the last couple of years, that they are blaming on inflation, it's absolutely ridiculous. Because number one, yes, I know no one said there wasn't inflation, there was inflation, but they increased prices, they reduced the workforce, more people are working even more to produce whatever, and then they shrunk the shrinkflation, they shrunk whatever you were getting. And um and it works for them to do, work people 25 or 30 hours a week rather than 40, just so they don't meet that, have to pay that health benefits and things like that. And many people are being saved by the marketplace and Obamacare. um my granddaughter is listening to me. She's so sweet. That's my number one fan, right behind my mama. Mommy doesn't ever catch me live, but my granddaughter is always live. So I got to say hi to her. Hi, Jerns. Hey, Jerns, my number one fan. By the way, if you're listening, um, I don't know how to type. This thing's not working, Jerns. But if you if you're listening, go follow my granddaughter. She wants some more followers. Oh, by the way, follow me too.
wait, put her thing in the chat so I can follow her.
I can't remember what's her thing out of my head. Jerns, if you're still listening, put your YouTube handle in the chat. If not, I'll go back and put it in later and share it. I think I've shared it
Wait, so
before.
she does YouTube videos?
Yeah, she's always dancing. Listen, I have my marketing team cut out. They're coming up. She she's doing YouTube videos. She's 9. I want her to come do my YouTube videos. And if you go to her channel, there's a treat. She and I did a dance on her.
Oh, I have to see this now.
Yeah, she and I did a dance, and more is coming. We're gonna do more dances when she comes
I
back.
really have to see this now.
Now I'm totally forgot what I was talking about, but because I saw my granddaughter. Listen, grandchildren are the best, but because I share my grandbabies with you until your daughter decides
Well,
to get
thank you for sharing,
married.
because I don't, nope. She's like, I'm a size 2. Well, I look like I would ruin this body. I'm like, I ruined this body for you.
Well, hopefully she changes her mind because listen, grandchildren are the best thing ever. And they just make your heart smile. It's, it's kind of like it's just bursting from inside. And that's how I feel about my grandbabies. If you guys tuned in and on the replay, be sure to hit hashtag replay. Be sure to ask us any questions. I can always get to Lady Farley for you. If you'd like to join her network, can you put in the comments how to join the FBI network?
Okay, let me see if I can type this in.
Yeah. So you want to join the FBI network. Um it's one of them that one of the networks that really tries to do good. I shouldn't even say try to do good. They're not going to be the set of sisters that are out drinking. They're not going to be the set of sisters that are out partying. No, we do not smoke.
No.
But we will help. So if you're in Georgia, I happen to be the I happen to be the branch leader here in Georgia, so you can reach out to me if you'd like to join her network. She shares everything, business, counseling, and in the network we have qualified and certified counselors.
Yes.
Uh, we have workshops where you're able to take advantage of some of the skills of other women in the network. Um, so feel free to get with us. She does things like this, going back to school supplies. The um, she does the Christmas uh, giveaways. She goes into the schools and teaches the students. Um, she does a whole lot of nonprofit things at her church as well. Anything else I'm missing?
No, but you know what I did want to say, so we are going into the schools. We're going back to the School of Law tomorrow, and I was talking to the director there, and she was saying, it's not the children, it's the parents. Like, some of them are on limited budgets and they don't know how to manage their lives. I was like, well, we need to set up a workshop. And I'm thinking, if we know you and I can sit together, if they come up with a budget, because they have to come up with a budget. But
Mm-hmm.
if they come up with the budget for this, although they literally hired someone already from the network to do something, but if they come up with the budget for this, I'm thinking that we have to do something for the parents, because my parents didn't know anything about money and they pass that along to me. Thank God for working where I did, because I was able to pass along good information and skills to my daughter. But I want us to circle back to get information to the parents who think that, I'm working 9 to 5 and I'm going to work 9 to 5 till I die. And I'm, gonna
Mm-hmm.
pay paycheck to paycheck. So if we get something going for those parents, I'm thinking we could possibly coin um a true workshop, where even if we don't give it to or sell it to the board of ed, it could be something that we sell to, that we can market. That's a bad word, sell, but
Mm-hmm.
to the churches. So we have to circle back on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, because people need help. It
Yeah.
is not, if people need help, like you said, they did not have that foundation. Our parents, they told us, to save. Most of us, as we were rearing children, it's like, what it is, what do I don't have anything to save. This is all I've left back with. But then what I'm noticing even now, people do have money to save, but they're not saving it in the right places. They are not. I spoke to a client today,
Hmm.
and she told me she was talking about setting up some plans for her mom, getting, because her mom is getting older and stuff like that. And she was like, "Yeah, she probably has like 40,000 in this savings account, and Imagine that, right? Because you're getting less than the 1% on these things.
Mhm.
Now you could have, she could have done something with that money, put it in where it would, number one, earn more, but number two, become unlimited income that she would never run out of, you know.
Yep.
uh, that she can now use because she needs to go into a nursing home, or something like that,
Yeah.
or even, that's the other thing, right? When we are full of vigor, full of life, and we might be saving, how do you plan if something happens to you to pay for, if you need long-term care? And most people will quickly tell you, well, I'll get Medicare. Well, no, Medicare does not pay for long-term care. Well, Medicaid says that if you want us to pay for it, you got to be pretty much penniless, so you're going to take all of that money, right? So my question is, how do you want to pay for your long-term care? Do you want to use your savings? Do you want to use your 401k? What is it that you want to use to pay for your long-term care?
Yeah.
And people are not going to recognize that that is something that they need to take care of when they can. And they end up with spending every dime that they had on care, you know, cancer, strokes, brain aneurysms. These things can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So just because you saved $1 million, that can be gone in the blink of an eye. There's some
That, yep.
medications that cost $30,000,
Yep.
a month, a year. Ridiculousness. So this is something that we have to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't do anything like that and you have no assets, right? You have no assets, then the state will take care of you, but you have no control. You go where they say to go, you do what they say to do, because that just about whom is going to be choosing.
I was like, wait, how does the state? What do you mean the state will take care of you? Because
The
these families, these parents that I'm talking about, Carmen, they are getting help from the state, but I guess that's what you mean. Like they're literally in debt. Indentured to the state because they're like, oh, I don't get enough money to see that type doctor, or I can't live. I have to live in this type of housing, or I can't live
Yeah,
wherever I want.
exactly. That's exactly what happens. And even for those of us who have saved some of our coins, when we become ill, we quickly see that that is running out. And although most states will leave you with your house, right, and a car, um, if you have someone there, a family member that's quit their job to be able to take care of you because you have no way of taking care of yourself, maybe the state will send somebody over there for 4 hours a day or something. But what happened to the other 20 when you cannot take care of yourself, right? And then let's say that a family member is able to move in and help you, live there with you and help you, but they gave up their home and stuff because they figure, you know what, mom has a house, it's
Right.
paid for. But
Let's
soon
go.
as the mom is gone, guess what happens? The state comes back and say, hey, I lien is placed on that house. This house needs to be sold. We need our money back.
Wait, what? Wait,
Yes.
so if I die and the state has been taking care of me, I owe them?
Yes, you do owe them. And
But
they're going to
but
come
that
after.
tax from my job is the reason why they're taking care of me.
Listen, I'm just going to tell you this one more time. One more. I'm just going to say this one more again. Listen, the state has been taking care of you, and you pass away. You had your house that you thought you were going to leave to this daughter who left her job to be able to take care of you, and you're like, well, at least I can leave her this house and she can whatever. That no, the state claws back. They're coming for every single thing that you own. So listen, wealthy people, some wealthy people actually get help from the state. But what have they done? They have sought lawyers to be able to protect their assets in what are called asset protection trust, you
Mhm.
know, and they have put their stuff away into irrevocable
Trust.
trust,
Mhm.
and hid that away, and so they know how to do that planning now, so that in 5 years or 10 years that they need to get whatever from the state, they can get it because they don't own anything, because it's in the trust somewhere, right? And they only go back, all the states got different times of when they go back, but these are things that we have to teach people,
We
because we have some people, unlike even the people that you're talking about that are on state assistance, we have some people who are making good money, but they're not making sure they cover all the bases for how to keep that money, how to protect that money, and how to pass that money on.
that can I tell you, that's the thing that irks me from my heart. It irks me down to my soul because I know what you're saying
Why
is
am I sideways?
I was like, oh yeah, you just flipped.
For what reason? I didn't even touch the camera. This is crazy.
You didn't touch it?
Nope.
Well, but yes, let's get this set up because you're right. I really didn't know that the state will come for your house. I thought once you own your home free and clear and the state is taking care of you is because your tax dollars went there. But I'm wrong. We need to set this up for women who are both on one end of the pay scale, one end of the other scale. For
Yeah.
all women because we don't know. We don't know.
We really don't. And I don't know why my camera did this, but I'm just going to leave it like that.
Yep,
Lady Farley, it was great having a
you
conversation with you. Just turn your head like this and see me. Um, it was great having a conversation with you. Um, Listen, reach out to me. I'm here in Georgia. It don't matter where you are. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Lady Farley. You can find her on Facebook at a BK Farley. You know what? Talk about some of the other things real quickly that you do. So you have this Renaissance, is that the word I'm looking for? Store?
Mississippi Vintage. So
Vintage store.
Mississippi Vintage is really a part of the 100 Women Strong movement. How you guys like my shirt? Done by my official merch brand merch,
My deluxe prints.
my deluxe prints. And but so Mississippi Vintage, because we believe in making sure that women are able to take care of their families, right? If you make, let's say you like one of my students, I'm going to reach and get this. One of my students made this for me. So I'm like, why don't you put this in my store? So Mississippi Vintage
Oh, let me see that again.
is paper, but
Wow.
has a
I love it.
little thingy. But look, so and she put a thing on the bottom said, "Don't burn anything in this. This is paper." But anyway, um, so the idea of Mississippi Vintage is to house products. We have 10 different brands from Black women who sent their stuff to our store. This location, we are now in New Jersey, and I don't have a Mississippi Vintage, but we have a friend who set up her store in Delaware. We're sending some more products there. It's just that's just the
So
continue.
wait. Excuse me that I'm on the side. But what I'm hearing is that you have set up a store whereby if I make some things, I make some candles, I make some glasses, I make some whatever, I'm a part of your network, I'm able to send my stuff to your store, and you would sell it in the store and split the profits with that person.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And our consignment fee is much smaller than some of the others that I noticed. Like someone was like, "Oh, you better do 50-50." And I'm like, "No." They're like, "No, no other woman can put there. You know how hard it is to get stuff in the store." I'm like, "No, we want to see people prosper." But that is one of the initiatives that we take under the banner of the 100 Women Strong movement. We do have a store. We are in the process of closing on our farm to have a wellness center. So you'll be able to come from wherever you are and stay in our bunkers and have farm to table living. You know,
What? That's awesome.
that, that's the goal. That's the goal. I got to put my retirement to good use because honestly, these streets ain't easy.
Okay, so what would be like the requirements for people to be able to come to the farm and the bunker?
Well, we have two cases. We're taking people, women who are recovering from addiction and domestic violence, and we're taking those women, giving them priority so that when they come, they can stay for free. So we will be needing benefactors and sponsors. But if you want to come and stay like for a glamping experience, that'll be open to the public for a reasonable price.
Okay, I got it. That is awesome. That's awesome. And will it be like a transition period or something when people come there, like so that we can get them back on the road to recovery or try to...
Yeah, so they're actually, we're partnering with other centers, so wellness centers. So they'll already be under the care of a physician and a therapist, staying like at in a shelter, a
Mm-hmm.
farm, to do something that I didn't even realize until I moved out here. I didn't realize how stressed I was until I moved out here. And I'm like, I heard birds and I was like, what in the world is this noise? Like I didn't realize how much stuff comes in here, how much noise there is in here. So the premise of the wellness farm is that people come to relax, to detox, to declutter, to get some of the noise out of their brain, because the noise doesn't just sit in our heads. Sometimes it sits in our spirits. And so, we just
That is super, super awesome. You're doing a lot of great things in the community, and that's great. That is great.
thank
All
you.
right. So we talked about the network itself. We talked about the store. We talked about, if you're trying to figure out, you've been trying to get into government contracts, you've been trying to start a business, you've been trying to start a nonprofit organization, you are making things, you're like, this is beautiful, I wish I could find a market to sell it, like, you can send it to the store, but you must first become a member of the FPI network. And this lady is so I already told her the what she says for you. I can't even call the word charging or whatever. The amount of money is ridiculous. um and and then she has a payment plan for it. I think you could like pay $1 a week or something. Or you save $1 a week and then send it to her or whatever,
Can I
uh,
tell you the funny thing about that? Because other women, some of my mentors, I believe everyone should have a mentor. I have a mentor, and she runs a Fortune 500 company, and she was like, $50 a year, like what is that? She's like, you can't even pay for all of your platforms, and I'm like, that's not
right, it's not even $1 a week, it's like
right.
than
I-
less than $1 a week.
I'm like, I know, and you've been saying this for years. So Yvonne also used to say the same thing. Like, how does the network sustain itself? But I say this to throw this in there to say that we will have to raise the membership fee. That will be in 2025. But how we look to sustain ourselves is that we have a magazine, a e-zine, really. Um,
Yes, let's talk about that magazine.
it should be in print, because I have mayors, I have governors, officials, and people are reading this magazine like, oh wow, these women are awesome. These women are doing great things. And I'm like, yeah, you need to support us by subscribing. So
Oh
the
yeah.
into the magazine helps to sustain us.
Can we share the link for that? And if you don't have it right now, make sure you go back to this live and share it onto that. And I will share it again. I've shared it before, I will share it again. And I'm ashamed to say that I have written for that magazine for what is about a year now,
A year, we have
sharing financial advice.
anniversary.
Yes, we did. That's what I realized, because it's quarterly, guys, and it's $5.99 quarterly. You
Yep.
probably throw that away all the time. $5.99 quarterly,
A cup,
just so that
a small cup of coffee.
definitely not from Starbucks because I
Not
know it's like $7 for their small or something. But listen, please go ahead, get in touch with us. If you want to be you want to support us, you want to support the initiative with women that are being abused, with women with domestic violence, with what was the other one she said? Domestic violence
drug sus um
and
addiction.
drug addiction. If you'd like to help support that, please donate, and we'll make sure that we have those links up for you to donate. And I'm gonna share it over the week as well. As I said, this month is dedicated to women and what they are doing in the community for other women. We are fabulous people, I tell you. And so I just wanted to, that's what I said. I'm going to just use this time to share that. And I don't care if one person is looking, two people are looking. And let me tell you, it's not about the numbers on there, because sometimes there's zero numbers on there, but people will tell me what I was talking about, because you don't have to click on it to show that you're looking at it. You can just look at it. So we will keep sharing. We will keep telling you. And if you don't want to hear me, block me. Because if you need to block me, you were never a part of my audience anyway. And I do not care. So
Let me say this about you before we sign off. First and foremost, thank you so much for having me, because I know that your time is precious. But what I truly adore about you, Miss Carmen, is that you're serious through and through. Like, you make jokes, but you mean what you say, and everything you say is always relative, is always pertinent, is always valuable information. I don't take you for granted at all. I don't take your gift. I don't take your purpose, what you do, and I don't take the 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 sisterhood that you offer to all of us, because you're a friend to everyone in the network. Like, everyone knows Carmen. But I just wanted to say that I don't take what you offer lightly at all. Thank you for what you're doing. You are one phenomenal woman showcasing other phenomenal women. So I just want to say thank you.
I appreciate it. And I received that. Thank you so much. Someone said Lady Farley is incredible with a heart for us ladies. For real. That's right. For real. And
For
we got some hearts on there. Yay. Oh my gosh. Listen, you got to come back. We got to talk some more because you are doing some amazing things and we have to share some more of them. Listen, reach out to me if you'd like to be a part of the network. I'm looking for more Georgia sisters. I have a few, but I'm looking for more Georgia sisters so that we can continue to help others. Listen, you might not need any help, but you can help somebody. So come on in the network. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, thank you.